Okay. I think everything's working.
All right, cool.
We'll find out.
Knock on wood.
Hello, Cinema Peeps.
Hey, Cinema Peeps.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. It's not as hot as it was the other day, but it's hot.
Right? I think for us it was 30 yesterday, and today was only 23, and yet somehow today felt hotter.
Yeah.
I don't know how. When my neighbor said probably there's more humidity, I was like, I guess, but I feel like there can't be, because like it's been sucked out.
I had to laugh. Man. The Vancouver Film Studios posted, I don't know if you saw it on their story, but they posted a meme where it was like people working in their offices being like, man, it was really hot today, and then like film crews, and it's that meme of Samuel L. Jackson looking like with the crazy eye, like, you don't even know. It made me laugh. It was funny.
No, I saw the one they did. It was like a throwback when they I guess their soundstage was used for X-Men United.
I was gonna send that to you.
That was fucking cool.
That was awesome.
That shit. Because what did they say? It was some of the hallways, the White House scene. I think they said Magneto's prison. Oh, and the outside complex. I think.
In the winter. Yeah, that was really cool.
This is how I'm going to indicate it. I was like, damn, that's so cool. I was like, ah.
But it doesn't look like it's that big of a set. So like when you look at it in the movie, it seems like they're actually outside. It's just so cool how they can make that look so realistic.
Right. Yeah, I think part of it is green screening the background.
Yeah.
I feel like. And then, I'm trying to think. I thought I saw something with like another trick. But I feel like it's mostly like the green screen trick. But I think it's... Yeah. What are words? I don't even know what words are anymore. I appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into that. Because like you said, it seems so real, you know?
Right? Yeah.
So it's always funny when you watch like a Hallmark film and they can't, you think they could, they do snow, but they can't fucking do it. Like some movies, it's like, oh yeah, this is passable. And other times you're like, that is so jankily fake. Like, don't you make 20 of these a year? Can you
I know. Like at this point, like in the back of my head, I'm going, well, I try to give them a break because they probably have a budget, but it's like at this point, they're in such demand. You think they'd maybe have a bit more of a budget? I don't know. But in that regard, like to be working on that set, I would love to be the person controlling the snow because that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, and let's go, Kendra with the snow machine.
Yep. More snow. That actually reminds me.
Kendra, can you like turn off the snow? It needs more Christmas.
Somebody get rid of Elsa now. But that reminds me too. I don't know if they had it because I know you went to the Harry Potter theme park majig section of Universal Studios, I think it was.
Yes.
But I can't remember if it's there or if it's at the studios in London where they actually kind of show stuff like that as you like tour through. And they had one section, this is what reminded me of it, but they had one section where they were showing the different types of snow, like fake snow that they use for different like scenes and different reasons. And they had big buckets of them, and you could like pick it up and feel. And some was like very fine snow, some was like really thick, flaky snow. It was really neat. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hazard a guess and say London, but
probably, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I watched a couple videos and they were building the park, and I think a lot like when they were designing like parts of the park and like the stuff you kind of see before you get on the rides, I believe they like consulted like the art team and stuff, and I know they made a bunch of pieces for it. The train, if you ever get the opportunity to ride the train, which is very cool, between the two sections of the park, I believe they said they actually made it like in Switzerland and like had to like ship it over, which is insane.
What? That's crazy.
I think there's some parts like they had to like unassemble and then reassemble again once it came to the States, but yeah, it's fucking cool, man. It's fucking cool.
Yeah. I've seen a video on YouTube showing like the demonstration of how they do that with the train. It looks pretty awesome. That'd be cool to do, yeah. Yeah,
it also, just fun fact, depends on which part of the park you're in, because it's just a one-line thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were in, I can't remember if we were at the Hogwarts part or Diagon Alley, but, I think it was Hogwarts. It was Hogwarts. So, when the train was coming, it actually was coming in backwards. Which is kind of weird. but like really funny. Because I think for the spotlight video, I was coming in backwards, so I like reversed the footage so it looked like it was pulling away from the station.
Nice.
But it's so fucking cool. It feels like the world's slightly. I don't want to jinx it, but everything's going really well. So hopefully, one day travel will be obtainable again.
Right? It'd even be cool to go to London and like see the stuff there.
That's another big one I want to go to.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I've always wanted to go to London, but like cherry on top, you know what I mean?
Right? Yeah,
Even
totally.
Better. Even better. What was my thought? Oh, so I'm actually caught up on Flash for once.
Yay!
Somehow.
Nice.
I was watching the episode from the week before on Netflix, but I guess they come out episodes on Wednesdays? I thought it was Thursdays. So at 1 o'clock at night when I just finished that episode, I went right into the next one and I was like...
You're like, what wizardry is this?
Right? I was like, hold up. I'm not too behind, am I? And then I like had to like Google and I was like, okay, cool. So I just watched both of them back to back.
Nice. I have not seen last night's episode, so I'm one behind. I know. We're never gonna, it's just... We just got accepted at this point.
That's fair. Okay, so you haven't watched last night's episode, which was directed by Danielle Panabaker.
Yep.
So huge props. I think that's her second episode she's directed with the Flash team.
Second or third, maybe even. I'm pretty sure she directed two last season.
Two?
Yeah.
See, I already don't remember.
We're not a fact checking podcast. we just spit it off the top of our heads.
But you are. I actually really liked this episode versus the other one I watched.
Oh yeah?
But that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But Cecile being trapped in a mental institution. How did you feel about it?
It was weird. It was a very random episode, I guess. Like, I'm trying not to be too critical of the show, like I've been in the past. It's hard not to, obviously, but I just feel like it was such a weird thing to bring up. Like, Cecile's been a part of the show since day one, so for all of a sudden to dig up this thing about her past, it just kind of seemed like they're grasping at straws again at this point. It's like, we need something, what can we do? I don't know.
I didn't mind it.
It was okay. But I like Chester. Chester's my favorite. He's good. He's been funny in all the episodes, but this particular episode, I was like on the fence about it.
Okay. I'd say like versus like these two, like I said, I think I liked this or last night's episode better, I guess.
Yeah.
But both of them to me are very like they're character pieces, and on like kind of like there's like the not like the people in the main cast, but obviously I don't want to say smaller because there's no small roles on that show. You know what I mean? Like everyone's important, but it's nice to put the spotlight on other characters on the show and highlight that.
Yeah.
So that's what I appreciated. I like Cecile, so
I like that they incorporated like DeVoe's chair into it.
Yeah.
And like all that kind of stuff. Like I like when they do the callbacks to like old villains and stuff. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that was their tackle of mental health, And
yes, yeah.
I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. I don't know. I like Joe and Cecile, so when they were talking on the couch together, it warmed my dead heart, I was like, oh, love. Is this what it's like?
I can't remember if we talked about it already because you were behind, but what did you think of the farewell episode for Cisco?
Oh boy. Oh, so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked the humor of it.
Yeah.
Like, we almost didn't need, like, I know, like, they had, like, the meta in the episode, but, like, she almost, like, wasn't needed. It was just kind of this weird, it was just something to obviously move the story along, but I don't think it was needed, but it was whatever. I did enjoy when they were just really happy, and they're like, let's party, and they did that whole, like, that cuts of like very breakdancing, and when they break out, he's like, oh my god, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I loved the
He's like, hey, I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking.
I liked their really shitty karaoke at the end because you're like, Grant Gustin.
Right?
What are you trying to do here, sir? What are you trying to do? I thought it was very sweet. And yeah, it was just funny, sweet, all the feels.
A good send off.
Right? Like I said, probably didn't really need whoever the color villain was, who I already forgot.
Right? So somebody posted in the Facebook group for Flash. It's like the first time that Barry got whammied by that villain, he tried to murder Oliver and like everybody else. But then the second time he starts breakdancing. That's funny.
But yeah, I thought it was really nice.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't watch, there were one of the Instagram takeovers, they were talking a lot about it and like sharing stories and stuff, which I thought was really sweet.
Nice.
About their time together on set. But supposedly, that's what I wanted to bring up about it. Because it did, like, again, maybe for fans, like, it felt so out of left field.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't see it coming at all, personally, until they started talking about it. I was like, no.
Yeah.
But I guess he was talking about leaving ever since, like, season 4.
Yeah, he had been on and off, kind of like... That's why he, like, there were some bits of the few seasons where he'd be gone for a few episodes, and then he'd come back. He'd, like, take a bit of a break. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So... It was kind of the same, I guess, also with, like, Stephen Amell, where you're like, where it feels like it's out of left field, but I guess they were talking about the show's ending, what was it, like, end of season 5, even?
I think so,
or, like, part of season 5, you know? So, like, there's a lot of things that go into, like, you know, decisions and choices of how, you know, things take their course of action and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Did you like it? What did you think?
I liked it, yeah. It's I don't know, it's kind of a weird... Like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I think just because of how, like, last season and this season has been, as far as, like, kind of just all over the place, it felt kind of like old Flash again, but then it was also just kind of like, you didn't really know how to feel about it at first, because it was just so, okay, all of a sudden, now we're into the, like, this other random weirdness that's happening. But, I liked it. I think it was good. It was a good send-off for Cisco. It's hard when, you know, you love characters so much and they have to leave. You just kind of don't want to accept the fact that they're gone, so...
Right?
Yeah. But, yeah. Every actor needs to venture off and do other things, and it sucks to see characters leave shows and shows end, but, you know, all good things come to an end, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he got a better send-off than Wells.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, Wells was just like, alright, bye! And you're like...
I did hear a rumor, though. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but I did hear a rumor that they might come back for the finale-ish.
Oh,
just for, like, a brief moment, so they're not gone for good yet.
Yeah.
I think there might be a brief thing, but yeah.
Even in this last... Was it this last? I watched back to back. But one of the episodes, I don't know if it was last week's or this week's, they do mention him at Argus. And they're like, oh yeah, we're sending this and Cisco's going to deal with it at Argus. So I think they're just leaving the door open, which is great, obviously.
Yeah.
For more opportunities. Oh, I totally forgot to mention. So we're slowly catching up on... I don't know if you've heard this show. It's called Lois and Thingy, is what my mom is now calling it.
Lois and Thingy?
Yeah. Because, as a joke, she just could not remember it, apparently. But then we just went on this long tangent, being like, you know what? Yeah, Lois is doing the hard work. She's actually working a job. Yeah. Where's Clark Kent running around in spandex? He's not contributing whatsoever.
Yep.
So, the new show from now on is Lois and Thingy.
Lois and Thingy, all right.
Yes. So we're slowly catching up. What was the last episode we watched? Oh, they caught Lex Luthor, I guess. And he's now at the military prison.
Oh, yeah. You're behind a few episodes?
Yeah. Which then I realized did not matter, because according to IMDb, they're taking another month hiatus. And I'm like, pardon the fuck? Because originally Mom's like, oh, maybe we could do like 2 a night to catch up. And I was like, nah, now we gotta stretch these. Because we already were having problems remembering from the last big break what the fuck was happening.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that they're doing, because they're going in conjunction with Supergirl. So they're putting Supergirl on for a bit, and then they're taking a break, and then Superman and Lois comes on, and then they're taking... Sorry, Lois and Thingy is coming on
Lois
and then
and
taking a break, and then Supergirl's gonna come back, and so on, right? So
yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Mostly just because, again, from like a story perspective, and again, as people are witnessing, we have small brains. Like, I can barely remember. Like, it needs to be, like, weekly, otherwise I'm gonna forget shit.
Right?
So that's the only thing right now. But they did, like, yeah, they mentioned, I think it was Lois who mentioned there was, like, the multiverse. And I was like, oh,
I know,
she
right?
said it. She said the word.
Yeah.
She said the word.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited. I like, again, like, who's the other guy? Powers, or I don't give two shits about him. I'm like, boring, generic bad guy, whatever. I'm like, can we just focus on this Lex Luthor here? Because we did see a glimpse of his planet with him being married to Lois and his little kid. Or I guess not little kid, she's a teenager. And that end scene was like, I'll be right back for you. And it just echoes in the prison he's in. And I'm like, did he just leave her there? I was like, or did she come out and try to help kill Superman and she ended up dead? Like, we don't know yet. But or maybe you already know the answer.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, you should try to at least catch up soon if you can, just because there's a lot more going on.
But speaking of multiverse, Loki!
Loki!
So originally we were like, let's wait and watch 2 episodes back to back. So that's what we did.
Nice.
But yeah, I like the aesthetic of it. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the look of it. I enjoy the Minutes mascot.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know. I like that they mentioned the multiverse, and obviously because again, Doctor Strange and the madness of the multiverse, Spider-Man No Way Home is maybe playing with that. Yeah. So I think this is obviously the MCU slowly introducing the multiverse through this TV show.
Yeah, setting it up a bit more.
Yeah. I was watching, because again, I was trying to hold off on watching like theory videos just because I didn't want anything spoiled. Mm-hmm. And the general gist I was getting is, and I mean, I kind of made this prediction too, was that the Time Lords are probably evil. Like, I don't know, I already get evil vibes already. Yeah. So I was like, they're probably evil. Yeah. And I don't know, maybe it's Loki who causes the multiverse to scatter, and then all the movies kind of have to like help fix that, maybe. Okay, yeah, that's cool. But again, just this idea is like, oh, you have to listen to the Time Lords, like they're not wrong, and just like kind of this blind faith, and just like they're like, oh yeah, this is what we do, this is what we're created to do, and blah blah blah, and it's like, I think there's something, and even like I guess big spoilers, I guess, I don't know for the people who haven't watched the first episode of Loki, but apparently Loki because they're trying to find this variant, and apparently it is him. It is him destroying the time, and they need him. But I remember when they said that, and I was like, I don't see your face, and I was like, I have a feeling it's not Loki. I mean, maybe it is, because again, they were saying like, the variants can come in all shapes and sizes, and blah 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 blah. But again, like I said, I'm going with the theory that the Time Lords are evil. Yep. So I'm wondering. So I was convinced it was actually maybe a rogue Time Lord, maybe pretending to be Loki. Yeah. But that's just my theory right now. Okay. But yeah, you haven't watched episode 2 yet, so.
No, I have not yet. No, but I agree. I like the aesthetic. I like where it's going so far. Like I said before in one of our episodes, I don't know much about Loki, so I'm like excited to kind of like get to know more about him, and I think this is cool that like, you know, we've gotten to see all the Avengers together. We kind of know about them. We've seen them in action together, and now that whole part, like that whole chapter is kind of over, it's cool getting to turn the page and see that they still have some sort of duty to, you know, that like their jobs don't go away. Their jobs don't go away. They're off being paired with, you know, like the Winter Soldier one, you got the WandaVision stuff going on. So they're still doing things, but it's not, you know, like, oh, okay, we're the Avengers, we stay the Avengers, we stick together till the end kind of thing. Now it's like we get to see them go off and do other things and then maybe come back together again. Yeah. But, yeah. And I like that they're like, well, at least from what they've explained, it's cool to see that like they're kind of incorporating Loki, like being important parts of history. Like he was kind of like that was his doing was because of what certain things are like notable parts in history. It was because of him. Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
I actually, it was really funny. For the first episode, I was like, oh yeah, that's Owen Wilson's brother. Nope, that's Owen Wilson.
Yeah, that's Owen Wilson.
Or like, it's totally his other brother. No, I looked it up. I was like, oh. And I mean, I think he's doing a good job. I like him and Loki's like little banter. Some of their humor, I think, is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yes.
I think there's some parts where I'm just kind of like, especially when they get the talks of like, free will versus I'm like, boring. Like, I don't. I think it's just my insecurity of being too stupid. Because I feel like sometimes I'm like, okay, I understand what they're saying sometimes, but sometimes it goes over my head, or it's like, that's a lot of talky talk. You know, like maybe a little too much talky talk for me. But I think that's just me and my insecurity of not feeling intelligent. Other than that, like I said, I'm enjoying it, and I am looking forward to see where it goes. It is also only 6 episodes, but they are an hour each, so we shall see. Although, side note, we had a lot of problems the first episode, though, because my mom's like, when's this happening? I was like, oh my. I was like, Mom, we just did a marathon. And I guess to be fair, like, it is, like, slightly confusing, because it's like, oh, it's Loki. You have to think of, oh, it's Loki from Avengers.
Yeah.
He's not going to be the exact same Loki from when we last saw him in Infinity War, meeting, you know, his untimely end.
Yes.
But yeah, there was a lot of confusion for some reasons. We're trying to explain, and then she goes, I already forgot. We need to rewatch all the movies again. I was like, we just did that.
Oh no,
we're not doing that again. But also, my dad confirmed that he just sits there and enjoys it. Because my mom was like, do you know what's going on? Dad's like, I don't know. I'm just here to enjoy myself. So it has been confirmed. Dad just watches things. He does not absorb anything. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I actually want to hear your thoughts on Cruella without too many spoilers.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe I'll try to go to the theater and see it, but I think my work hates me. But you know, we'll see how it goes.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it was a mix between just the fact I was so excited to get to go see a movie in the theater again, and maybe that's part of why I loved it so much, but honestly, like 10 out of 10, highly recommend going to see it.
Damn!
It's really, really good. Especially because I was so excited to see Maleficent because that was like the first kind of Disney villain movie live action adaptation they were doing, so I was super excited for that one and kind of disappointed because they kind of turned her into a hero.
Right.
And I mean, I don't really know much of the lore of Maleficent, or even if there is any, but she was like considered one of the most iconic Disney villains of her time, right? So you were expecting to see, and being Angelina Jolie, that like really come through, and it just kind of turned her into more of a hero in a way. It was still good, but just not what I was expecting for that.
Right.
Whereas this movie, I think, really kind of, you get a sense of why Cruella is the way she is. You can still root for her, but then you're like, ooh, yeah, okay, so this is why you're a villain. Okay. Yeah, it's really good.
That's good. I was gonna be like, is she like secretly like, oh, I'm actually secretly a PETA member. I'm actually saving the dogs by trying to turn them into coats, or you know, some sort of weird backward logic. Just when you were like, said last time, you're like, oh, I read reviews that it was like The Last Jedi, so I was like, yeah, she's actually gonna be a good guy, but like she steals them for trinkets. I was like, what the fuck? That's good to hear.
There's a couple of like I'll try not to spoil it, but like there's a couple of things they've done differently than like the original movie, so I can see where the similarities are, but they obviously kind of changed a couple of things, but it's not enough to be like, but why, you know? Okay. And then, yeah, Emma Stone was, like, really, really good. I was very pleasantly surprised. Not that I've ever, like, not liked anything she's done, but for her to take on a role like this, it was pretty good. She was awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I remember, like, real early on when they were like, oh, yeah, casting her as Cruella, I was just like, the fuck? I mean, yeah, I don't think there's anything I haven't seen of hers that I don't like her in. Like, I mean, I didn't care much for La La Land, but I still thought she did good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, there was no question of, like, I don't think she's going to do good. It's just going to be like, I was just like, I can't see it yet. But again,
Yeah,
it was
right?
like early days where they're just announcing, so it's like it's hard to see anything. So,
yeah. Well, and considering like
interesting.
the animated version of Cruella is this very string bean tall, like, you know, very kind of crooked, you know, just very strange looking woman, right? So to see to know that, having known that, and then be like Emma Stone, you're like, oh, okay.
I also was just, when you were describing her, just thinking of her like iconic voice from the cartoon.
Yeah. Darling.
Right?
Yeah.
And even like, I don't know, obviously because I don't think we had the, like, we were obviously still like animation and like evolution of like audio was still happening. Like, even thinking about it now, like, it has such a unique sound to it. And I feel like maybe that's just like, oh, because it's old technology, but like, I don't know. It just adds to it somehow.
Right?
Don't know how, but it does.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to try to trot my way to the movie theater, but we'll see.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
lazy. I mean, it's gonna be really hot, so maybe I'll have an excuse to be like, yeah, I gotta go see a movie. It's hot out here.
There you go. Yeah, the theater I went to too. I think that also added to like my experience for a first time back.
Bougie theater.
Literally, it was. Holy, it's a new theater on the southeast side of Edmonton, and it's all. They obviously, I'm assuming, built it during COVID because the whole premise of the concession area is contactless. So when you come in, right? You come in.
People. It's great.
I mean, you still have to see people. You have to like, you know, there's still people there, but at least you don't have to like wait in line and like order everything all at once. You can kind of pick what you want. There's more options, which is nice. But they give you a foldable cardboard tray, and then you can walk. There's like some kiosks for the candy and like the chocolate, and then they've got what looks like the freezer doors at like a grocery store, but it's like a heated kind of area. And so in the back they like put all the popcorn in the bags and then kind of put them through these doors, so then you open the door and just pick whatever size popcorn you want.
How do you get the layered butter then?
There is the one of those like dispenser machines when you go like come towards the theater. They have it like on the other side there.
That's
and then they have
margarine. It's gross.
Well, then they also, because you know they have those like Coke freestyle machines where you can pick the flavors and stuff like that. So now they have an app where you can dispense and choose your flavors all from your phone, so you don't have to touch the machine itself.
My God, we are truly living in the
literally
age,
right? So then you do all of that. You can get like, because like the Landmark is the company who does this theater, but you can get like pretzel dogs, like all these cool things, and then you take everything that you get, bring it. So it's like a cafeteria. You take everything that you have, take it to the front, and then you pay for it all right there. Scan your ticket, in you go, good to go. And then like if like something's gonna take a long time, they'll like take your number and like bring it to you in the theater when it's done, which is nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Real 10 out of 10 service right there.
Heck yeah. And they got the recliner chairs, which is awesome. So yeah.
That's dope.
I'm just saying, Cineplex better step up their game.
Why would they do that? That makes no sense.
Alright, well I think that about does it for today.
Fuck yeah. A big old juicy one. We had lots to cover. But I guess that's also because we're going to take a hiatus for a little bit.
Yeah. So, well, you guys are going to get a couple of bonus podcasts in the month of July. We have recorded a couple previously. So look out for those. But yeah, we're going to take a bit of a break for a month or so and, you know, enjoy the summer, get some other things done, and then, you know, get back at it sometime in the future.
But yar, that will do it for today. I hope you enjoyed everything we talked about. Obviously, there are those wonderful comments down below. You could let us know. You can also give us one of those sexy thumbs up. And it'd be even better if you subscribed for more of this weird-ass content we produce. But yeah, until next time, have a happy Tuesday. Watch all the content, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Monkey.
Monkey.